Hello, have you done the previous classwork? I hope you have done them, and then now we move on to the next classwork. Now, just remind you that when we solve the equations, before that we would try to simplify the equations, and then we try to group like terms together. It means we usually group x together, group the numbers together, and then mostly we put x term on left hand side, and then we solve for x. Now here, let's look at the first example here. Now if you look at the left hand side, here we have a bracket. It means x plus 2 together, okay, times 3. And therefore we have to expand the brackets to still remember this word, expand the brackets. Okay, we have to expand the brackets before we can group the terms together. That's why we multiply each term inside the brackets by 3. Therefore we have 3x and then plus 3 times 2 is 6, and then equals 4x minus 2. And now we have to group the terms together. We group the x terms together, and then we group the numbers together. And then because at the end when we have the answer, usually we have to write x on the left hand side, because x is we say that it is the subject of the equation, because our target is to find x, and then we put our targets or subjects on the left hand side. And now here I think you can do it faster like that. 3x minus 4x and then equals minus 2 minus 6. Now if you think that you don't quite understand here, okay, maybe I try to write the step in more details here. 3x plus 6 and then equals 4x minus 2. And then if I want to remove 4x from the right, okay, remove 4x, and then if there's nothing here, it means it is positive, okay, plus 4x. Therefore if I want to remove 4x, we have to minus 4x. And then what we have done on the right, we do the same on the left. And then sometimes people can do it faster to omit these two terms here, okay. And because when we choose the minus 4x here, our target is to remove positive 4x. Therefore these two terms together must be 0. That's why in some cases people don't write them anymore, okay. And then if you look at the left hand side, we have minus 4x here, and therefore people may do it quickly by just like we move the terms. They say that we move the term, and we move the term from, say, right to left. And then when we move the terms, we have to change the sign, and therefore originally on the right it is positive, and then if I move it to the left it becomes negative. And therefore you can see that we have this part. And it's just the same for the numbers, okay. Now if I simplify from this line, we have 3x minus 4x, okay, and then plus 6, and then equals for the right hand side we just have minus 2 now. Now this case, in this time we want to just leave the x term on the left, and therefore we have to remove 6, okay, remove 6 from the left. And if you look at here, it is plus 6, and therefore If I want to remove it, we minus 6. And then we just do the same on the right. And because when we choose minus 6 here, we look at this number and we just try to find its opposite. Therefore, this part must be 0. And that's why people just omit this step. And therefore, if you compare the result, if you don't write this part, then therefore at the end we get something like that: 3x minus 4x equals minus 2 minus 6. Okay, right. Okay, let's continue. Then we simplify these two terms. We have, when we do the subtraction for these two terms, we just look at the coefficient, means the numbers, okay, attached to x. Okay, 3 minus 4 is minus 1, and then usually we don't write the number 1, okay, therefore we write as minus 6. And then minus 2 minus 6, which is minus 8. And therefore in this case we have x equals 8. Right. Now let's try the other example, okay? In this case we just have the same. But there are two terms on the left. Therefore at the beginning we keep the maybe you keep the brackets, then you will make fewer mistakes, and therefore we multiply the number inside the brackets. Therefore for the first one, when I multiply each terms by 9, we have 9x minus 9 times 2, 18. Okay, and then this is minus, and then keep the brackets. Therefore we just multiply 11 to each term inside the brackets. We have 11x and then minus 3. Okay, and then equals 3. And then in this case, after the multiplication, we try to remove the brackets. Okay, the first one is 9x minus 18. And then be very careful. For this one, we have minus positive 11x. Therefore, we have minus 11x. But for the second one, we have minus or minus negative. Then it becomes plus. Okay, positive. Therefore, this is plus 3. Okay, equals 3. Okay, and then we keep the x terms on the left. Therefore we have 9x minus 11x, and then we move all the numbers to the right, and this is 3 here. And then when you look at this one, this is positive 3, and then when on the left, when I move it to the right, it becomes minus 3. And then if you look at this number, okay, this is minus 18 on the left. If I move it to the right, it becomes plus 18. Okay, and then 9 minus 11 is minus 2x, and then equals 18. And then in this case, this is times, okay, minus 2, okay, a number times x equals 18. Therefore in this case we divide both sides by minus 2. Okay, this is the same number, and therefore they can cancel each other, which becomes 1. Okay, therefore left hand side is x, and then equals 18. It means it is positive 18, and then a positive number is divided by a negative number, which is negative. Okay, therefore negative 9. 18 divided by 2. Right. Okay, now comes to the last example in this classwork. Okay, and more or less we just do the same. When we have the brackets, we have to simplify the brackets, and then we have to multiply the number to every term inside the brackets. We say that we expand the bracket. Okay, and then after expanding the brackets, we try to group the like terms together. Okay, that's why in this case we multiply the numbers, and this time we can remove the brackets at the same time, because if you look at these two, they are not on the same side. Okay, therefore in this case you can just expand and remove the brackets. Okay, 7x minus 70, okay, equals 4x minus 4 times 9, 36, and then at the end minus 7. Okay, and then we group the x terms to the left, and then we put the numbers to the right. And then we can do it faster if you have already be familiar with those techniques, and then you know that 3 times x equals 27. It means if we want to solve x, we have to divide both sides by 3. Therefore 27 divided by 3. Okay, now it is 9. Okay, now make sure you have enough practice on the skills in solving linear equation, because next time we will have word problems.